Alright, welcome to 4.2. This is a great section because you get to learn about vertex form. That's my favorite form to graph quadratics, basically because it's going to be the least amount of work, and why not get through the problem as fast as you can. Also, intercept form, not too bad once we understand how it works. So let's take a look at vertex form. Here's what it is. Y equals a times, in parentheses, x minus h, and then a plus k on the end. What's so great about vertex form is the two numbers you see, the one with the x and that k on the end, that is the vertex. So in standard form, when you had to do the formula to find the vertex, here you just have to be able to pick out the two numbers, you've got your vertex, and then you can start graphing. Alright, you guys remember that song? That means we have another tricky X. So, if you look at our vertex form, we have y equals x minus 2 with that squared minus 5. So, your vertex, the x value is going to come from inside the parentheses with the x. It looks like a minus 2, but it's a tricky x, so we're going to use a positive 2. And then the y value is just this number off on the end, not tricky at all, so we have it as a negative 5. So that's how quickly you get your vertex from vertex form. And then everything else the same, y-intercept, x is symmetry. Opening up or down, that comes from the a value, which is out in front here. And that's positive, we know it's opening up. Pattern of change, just like standard form, you take your a value times a 1 times a 3 and times a 5. But that's how nice and quick vertex form will be. So check out the video for it just to see the details of the problem. But there's just your heads up on it. Intercept form is kind of nice also. What you learn from intercept form are the two x-intercepts. And here's the equation. We see you have your a out front. That's going to tell you if your graph is opening up or down, and it also will help you with your pattern of change. And then this x minus p and x minus q, those are going to be the two numbers that will be where your graph crosses the x-axis. These are tricky also, so you are going to switch the sign, and immediately you can get 2 points on your graph from intercept form. So here's just an example of what intercept form looks like. You can see we've got numbers filled in with the x's, so those are going to be your two x-intercepts, but they're tricky. So I see an x minus 2. I know that one of them has to be a positive 2, and the other one will be a positive 4. So the video that you're going to watch will go through this, but what you're going to be able to do, if we look at the graph for a second and plot those points, if I can remember, was it a positive 2 and a positive 4? What you can remember about these graphs is that they are symmetrical. So I know that the axis of symmetry is going to go right down the center of those 2 points. So my axis of symmetry is going to be 3. So we come back here, we look at what we have to do, and axis of symmetry, x equals 3. So another thing to remember is your axis of symmetry always matches the x value of your vertex. So we have half of our vertex already. All you have to do is plug in the x to get the y. Pattern of change, a value is out front. It's negative. We know it's opening down. We also would take that negative 1 times a 3 times a 5. Oh, and by a 1 also, I forgot that. So that's intercept form. Check out the video just to kind of walk through an entire problem. And there you go. Oh, I have one more slide. Alright, last slide here. Find the max or min from each function. So if this is in vertex form, it's really easy. Basically, all you need is the vertex, and then we'll know it's got to be the y value of the vertex. This vertex we see tricky x, so -2, -3. So I know that the max or min will be a -3, so I guess the question is, should it be a maximum or a minimum value? We want to know if this graph is opening up or down. That a value is going to be a +1, which means our graph is opening up, which means it's got a lowest point or a minimum. So the minimum value is -3. So again, you just want to find the vertex, pull out the y value, determine if your graph is opening up or down to see if it's a max or min.